All right, let's talk Norwex mop system. I am obsessed with my mop. I know that those of you out there who own your mop probably are a little obsessed with it too. So I just want to quick share with those of you who don't yet own the mop or maybe have heard just a little bit about it. I just want to teach you just a little bit more, and I'll try to be quick because I could talk for days about this mop. It's so amazing. So the mop system comes with 4 pieces. You get a telescopic handle, you get the mop head, and then you get a wet pad, which is blue, so think rainy and wet. And you get a yellow pad, think yellow and dry, or sunny and dry. So this is used to dust and sweep your floor. And then the blue pad, you get it damp, and it's used to clean your floor. Now, what's awesome about this is it also has the back lock, so it's lined with the silver. So as you're cleaning your floor, you're also ridding your floor of bacteria in a very easy, very efficient way. Prior to using the Norwex mop system, I was a Swiffer user, so I don't know how much money I've spent in the last 6-7 years on Swiffer solutions, Swiffer pads. What's great about the Norwex mop is that the pads are washable, so once you buy the mop, that's all you have to buy. You're done. The pads come with a 2-year warranty. The mop system is a 2-year warranty with it. So for 2 years, you're guaranteed to have a floor cleaning system that you don't have to spend any additional money on. Now, that's not to be said that your pads won't even last longer than 2 years, but you're guaranteed for a 2-year time period to have everything you need to maintain your floors. There's 3 options when it comes to the mop system. You have the Superior mop, which is what I have, which is what I'm going to focus on today. There's the regular mop, and the difference between the regular mop and the Superior is the pads are actually polyester. People who use the polyester mop like it. The biggest difference between the Superior and the polyester is the Superior is the high quality microfiber. It actually is going to pick up smaller crumbs, hair follicles, than the polyester mop will. It picks up a little bit better. And then the third mop system is the double-sided mop system, and that is also Superior, and that one basically has a head on it that has one side you can put your wet pad, and then it flips over, and so the other side has the dry pad. And that is the most expensive one, is the double-sided one. But I am going to focus today solely on the Superior mop system, and I have it enlarged, and the polyester and the Superior are both also available in a mini size. And the mini size is approximately the same size as a Swiffer. And it works just as well. The mini Superior system is also great. So when I am going to clean my floors, what I would do is I would first dust them and use this like a broom. And to do that, on one side of the mop pad is Velcro, and it attaches to the head, and I like to make one side flush, and then I have this floppy side, and as I'm cleaning, it's going to push up like this on my baseboards, so I'm able to clean a little bit more at one time, because I'm not a cleaner. I don't particularly love to clean, so the faster I can do it, the better off I am. Now this is a telescopic handle, so what happens is when I'm using this, I can raise it up. Ideally, you want the handle up nice and tall on your head. When it's near your head, it's easier on your back, and it's just a little bit healthier for you. When you are dry dusting or mopping, you want to try to maintain a figure 8. And then any large crumbs that the pad's not able to pick up in the microfiber, you're going to keep those crumbs in front of the pad. And then when you're done sweeping, you can use your EnviroCloth. That acts as your dustpan. And you can simply slide your EnviroCloth to the front to pick up all those chunks that are too big for the microfiber. And then I would walk over to the trash can. I would take my dry pad, and I would use the rubber brush, which I'll talk about in the accessory video to follow. And I would take this and I would simply brush out all the crumbs, the dirt, and the hair into the trash. And then I'll take this off and hang it up. What's great about these pads is that they're washable, but if you're maintaining them with your rubber brush, you actually don't have to wash them that frequently. I maybe wash these pads twice a month. Now, I don't have a whole lot of hardwood floor, so if I had a whole house of hardwood, I'd probably wash them more frequently, but that's just depending on how your house is. Now, when I'm ready to clean my floors, I'm going to put the wet pad on. And the wet pad is actually dry until you make it wet. So it's not like it's a pre-wet thing that you've got to replace. It's dry until you make it wet. So it's blue, and all I'm going to do, I like to use a spray bottle. The other option would be to get it wet in the sink. This just makes it less wet, so your floors dry faster. Get it nice and damp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the floor I swept. And this is going to sanitize my floor. This is going to get up any dirt, anything that's been sticky. It's just going to give it a nice, good clean. These pads are safe to use on hardwood floor, linoleum, tile, any kind of pergo flooring. And what's great about this mop is that it dries streak-free. So if you have issues with streaking on your floor, you're going to love this because it does not leave streaks. And you're using just water. So once it dries, it takes a couple of minutes, and it really just depends on how wet you make your pad. If your pad's just a little bit damp, it might even dry faster. If your pad's sopping wet, obviously it's going to take longer. So the Norwex mop is going to save you time, because if you're maintaining your pads with your rubber brush and you're brushing out that dirt and debris, you're going to be washing your stuff less frequently. It's super quick to use. It's super quick and easy to keep your floors clean. It's going to save you a ton of money. Speaking strictly from a Swiffer standpoint, I don't have to buy Swiffer solution. I don't have to buy Swiffer pads. I got the mop system, and that's all I need. So once you have the mop system, you're good to go for at least 2 years. So for those of you who are Swiffer users, I want you to think about how much you're spending every time you go to buy another bottle or 2-pack of the solution, and you gotta buy the big old bag of the Swiffer pads. That adds up very quickly over a year. And then it's also much better for our health because I'm not using any chemicals on my floor. So when my kids drop their food, because it happens, obviously, and they eat off the floor, I know they're not transferring the chemicals that, because all chemicals leave invisible film and residue. And I know none of that is getting into their food, into their body. I know that when they're playing on the ground, I know that they're not getting it on their hands and absorbing it in their skin. And it's a lot better for the environment because I'm not throwing anything away. I'm doing a little laundry a couple times a month. But other than that, I'm not adding anything into the landfills. So that is the Norwex mop system. It is amazing. I just could talk about it to you all day long. So if you have any questions about the mop system, please don't hesitate to comment below. If you are currently a mop user and you want to share your experience, just a quick statement about how much you love your mop, maybe you can help someone out who's kind of indecisive on the fence about purchasing one. But I promise you, if you do get one, you will not be disappointed. And it does have, and will have to double check this, but I believe everything comes with a 90-day guarantee. So if you buy it and you're not impressed, you could always return it. But it is something that I highly, highly recommend. It's probably one of my favorite Norwex products. In addition to the EnviroCloth, it just has made floor maintenance that much easier. And when my kids want to mop, I don't have to worry about them. The little trigger on the Swiffer used to go everywhere. And now I just hand them this handle and I can walk away and not worry about them spraying at each other or putting an ungodly amount of solution on the floor because I've controlled how wet the pad is and they're literally just pushing it around. So again, comment below if you have any questions or comment below if you want to share your own experiences with the mop. Thanks.